Happy Halloween. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because it's very uncomfortable. Today I got a special tier list for you guys to kind of celebrate the release of the Fontaine Halloween collab that's coming out tonight. I'm gonna do a Fontaine tier list, all the Fontaine cards. At least I think this is all of them. There's a ton, it's over 30. So this is gonna be a long video probably as well. Ranking all these is gonna take a minute. Come close real quick. Look, back up a little bit. This is gonna be fun. Let's jump into it. We're gonna start off with the Fontaine 500s, and I'm gonna go ahead and have to add a row. 500s are going there. I do not understand this deck. It is terrible. It is overpriced. There's only 500 of it, and just the balls to put just a stock Fontaine color and then just put just the most generic font that just says there's only 500s of this deck is ridiculous. It looks terrible. It's by far the worst deck in terms of design. And just in general too, I don't own any of these. I'm planning on picking up the Halloween collab just because I'm a big Halloween movie fan, but I don't own any of these, so this is gonna be based mostly on design and just basic overall knowledge of what I know about it. Aqua Berries are next. This is a really nice colorway. I like that it's a unique Taiwan deck and not just USPCC, so I'm gonna throw that in B. Babylon is definitely A tier. Such a unique deck with that UV light and the black border. Very unique and different for Fontaine. Pretty sure this is the black deck, so I'll put that in B. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in B. I really love the black belt video that was made in association with this deck, but it's just another generic color, and I think we're gonna see a lot of that. I'm actually interested in seeing how many of them are just recolors and how much of them are unique designs. Not really to slam Fontaine, I'm just curious what the percentage is, so I'll probably do that at the end. Next we have the second Fontaine's, the blue edition. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in C. It's probably one of the worst shades of blue from all the decks that he's made. So for history's sake, it's probably pretty up there for a lot of people, but for me, not doing much. Brain Dead is gonna go D. Now that's gonna trigger some people, but I don't hate the design, it's the colors. It's the green and the orange, because this Black Lives Matter version of it, I'm gonna toss that up in A because I think it looks great. But something about that orange and green just doesn't do it for me. All the carrots, I'll put the carrots, all of them, in C. They're okay, not great. Gilded Edition is gonna go in D though, just because Gilded, once again, it's a Gilded deck, it's overpriced, and it doesn't feel as good as the regular deck. So just because that gold foil on like, don't get me started on gilding. D. Fontaine cards, Chinatown Market, that's going C. We got the chocolate deck, that's gonna be in D, also known as Pooptains. I don't know, it's just a bad color of brown, to be honest. I really would have preferred a little bit lighter shade. It just makes me think of poop. Does not make me think of chocolate at all. Next we got Dissembla, or however you say this collab. That's S tier. You know, I'm gonna have to do another, add a row above. I'll add 2. We're gonna have double S tier. And then at the top we'll have Best Boy, and this is gonna be Best Boy, and this is just to show how much better this deck is compared to the rest of them. I just love the work of the artist that worked on this. I need to figure out the name, how to pronounce it, and I need to look them up, but that's gonna be the #1 deck for me, for sure. Next we got Floral Edition, toss that in B. The trailer for that was crazy, super good. Lime, I'm gonna throw that in C. I'm probably gonna throw a lot of the recolors just in C because they're okay, but there's nothing really special to them. Glitch, I'm going B. It's pretty good. Franco Pascali in that trailer slayed it in the Fontaine Futures trailer. Good Company, I'll put that in B as well. I really like the green and black lines, it's pretty unique. The Jokers, that whole fiasco, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh God, I'm not gonna get into that. Next up, we have the Guest Sports Sticker Edition. This slaps. I think this is a really underrated deck. And maybe it's just because like I have a history in soccer and sports, so I really like that retro sports sticker look that they went with. But I really like it. I think it's really underrated. I'm gonna toss that up an A as well. On the other hand, the first edition that they released for Guess, toss that in D. Not a big fan of that design. Once again, this is just my opinion, so no one freak out, but I really don't like the alphabet soup looking design on this deck. Nope, not for me. Horchata, C. Once again, just to recolor. Pineapple, C. Pink, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that up into B. I think pink and purple are super underused colors, so I think whenever we get the chance to have a deck that's pink or purple, it's got to go up there a little bit in the ranking. Parrots, that's gonna be C for me as well. Polka dots, not a fan. Yeah, I think most people aren't a fan of that deck. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then we have, I'm just gonna knock out all these reds. So we have raspberry, the first edition Fontaines, so they're just red ones, and then the watermelons. Those are all gonna go in C. They're all just different shades of red, you know? All fine, none of them amazing. So now we're gonna get into some controversial picks. We got 6 left to go. This is exciting. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I'm trying to keep this video short, but we'll see. There's over 30 decks. So next up, we have the next 2 are Rip and Dips, and that's the Rip and Dip Volume 1 and Rip and Dip Volume 2. Gonna go ahead and throw those real low, and people are gonna hate me for that. I really don't like the cat. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's the finger. I don't like him. That's the only reason. I just don't like that cat. I know that's Rip and Dip's like logo and mascot, but no. Next up, we have Slight Edition. Once again, recolor, C. And then we're left with 3. And Wine Deck, I'm gonna go ahead, toss that up into B section for sure. Once again, purple and pink, underused colors. If you're a card designer right now, use some pink and purple in your cards. We left with the Window Fontaines. Windows will go in B. And then lastly, the whole reason I'm kind of recording this tier list, the Halloween Fontaine freaking collab. I'm gonna toss that up in S. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the orange Fs, and that's basically the whole back design is just a black Fontaine with orange Fs. But just the fact that we can collaborate with a movie series for Cardistry, that's weird, as well as just such a big franchise. It's so weird. And the fact that I like the Halloween franchise, and by that I mean I like 2 or 3 movies in the Halloween franchise and the rest is really garbage, but I still watch it. It's very cool for me, and this is gonna be the first deck of Fontaines I buy tonight, assuming they don't sell out ridiculously quick, which they shouldn't because there's 10,000. If they do, I'm going to be, you know, just getting these Fontaines cards in general is ridiculously harder than it should be. I don't understand why he just doesn't print out more. Like he said, like, oh, I can do a club and then you could get it early. Just print more decks so more people can get it. I don't understand. I'm not gonna get started on that topic, but that is all of the decks at the moment ranked for Fontaines. I think I've included all of the list. If I'm missing 1 or 2 decks, let me know in the comments. That was a lot to get through. Real quick, I'm gonna briefly overview. Yeah, I think everything looks good for me. This is my list and what I think. I'm going to now do what I said earlier, and I'm gonna separate them between just regular recolors and then kind of unique designs. So we'll jump back once I get that done. So here I have the list of unique designs and collabs versus recolors. This is kind of based on what I think. I definitely think like the Babylons are a unique design because of the UV light type feature, but it looks like it's about 50-50. Some of those are a little bit generous for the unique design category, but I think they'll be fine. The gilding as well, I don't know if I would count the gilded deck as an actual deck, but it seems to be close to 50-50, which is about what I expected. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching to the end. Make sure to fill out the list if you are interested, and post somewhere to where I can see it. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. If you didn't see the OPC tier list. Go check that out. I would love for you to see that. And I'm going to continue to do these. I think I'm going to do Orbit playing cards next. Thank you guys for watching. Gotham needs me, so I'm going to head out. Also, I need to get some candy for some trick-or-treaters. Peace.